box out. Got wheel bags. Get all the packing material ready. Bit of foam, some cardboard. So I start with letting the air out the tyres. Remove my bottle cages as well because it's less force, something pushing against the bottle cage. You don't want to get to the other end and find out it's done any damage to the frame. Remove my CO2, take the seat post and saddle out so it's going to fit in the box nicely. Remove my computer, loosen off the stem, remove the pedals. Shift it down. I always put it in the biggest gear, so big chainring, smallest on the block. Take out the quick releases fully. You can do quite a lot of damage at the end of the quick releases. If you leave them in the wheels, do a lot less damage if they're tucked away in a wheel bag. Just have a series of bubble wrap and cardboard which I've pre-labelled up, so very, very easy to see exactly which piece of pipe lagging goes where. So we've got down tube, you go top tube, you go left fork, right fork, and with a nice plastic piece to stop the forks from getting crushed in the box. Slip the rear wheel out. Sort of for ease of getting it actually into the bike box, remove the rear derailleur as well. And I normally just wrap this in some foam, protect it from the rest of the bike. Enable that right seat stay. And then I tuck the rear derailleur here, right up in between here, so it's nice and out of the way. Another plastic piece to keep the rear stays from getting crushed. Take off the handlebars and stem. I put my cap for the stem and I actually just do this bolt back up so it's not loose. You know where it's going to be when you get to the other end. Another little tip to stop things going floating around in the box is just to do the seat binder up as well so nothing falls out. Not too tight, just so that the bolt doesn't go disappearing in the box somewhere. I've just got a plastic sheet to actually protect the rest of what's going in there. Sometimes you've got, certainly packing up after an event, a bike box is sometimes a good place to store some wet or dirty cycling clothes. You can prevent, obviously, your best kit getting covered in grease. So I throw it in a plastic bag. Keep the grease and the chain contained. And slide that into the box. You can just normally just juggle this around so it fits nicely, and the handlebars are nice and contained within the box. And then just run anywhere where you've got areas which you want to protect. Just run this round with some extra padding, a little bit of extra cardboard on there. At the end of the day, it's worth spending an extra 5 or 10 minutes packing your bike, and at least that way you're going to make sure that it's going to get to the other end, hopefully in good shape. I mean, I found this bike box to be particularly handy. I ride a 56cm frame which fits in really nicely. You can fit larger frames in quite easily there. You know, it's worth spending a little bit on a good bike box. This is a company manufactures this called B&W. I got it from roofbox.co.uk, and very handy because it is easy to pack the bike, and certainly you want your equipment to come and reach the start line in good shape. A couple £100 is definitely money well spent on something like this. Yeah, it comes with everything from wheel bags to a nice block here to protect the chain set. It sits in really nicely. And then with the wheel bags, nice padded wheel bags here, and a good little feature is got a couple of pouches you can throw your pedals in, and it's good mentally as well, because as you pack up you say, right, I've got my pedals, I've remembered. One less, it's easy to leave those behind in the garage and suddenly have that cold sweat feeling where, oh no, I've gone and left my pedals at home. And then just to protect everything again internally, you get these hub covers, so where the quick releases were, and that stops obviously the pressure. When you put them in the bike bags, it can stop any sharp edges sort of puncturing anything which you might have. Again, a good mental check is when you take the water bottles off. I put my water bottles into the cages, so it's sort of just going through the the mental list now, ticking things off, saying, yeah, right, water bottles, yes, water bottle cages, yes. My little kit bag with my tools in, my quick releases, a little bit of grease, some lubrication for the chain, just working through the motions, sort of mentally ticking everything off on the list. Always bring out a couple of spare tyres as well. I always actually change my tyres before a big ride, just so that I'm in the best situation. I know that I've got brand new tyres on, the best traction I can get. A lot less chance of puncturing if you've got brand new tyres on. A couple of spare tubes in there as well. A couple of tubes in the saddlebag. Again, the protection for the sharp parts on the outer parts of the hub where the skewers are. Another wheel bag, a real good job really to have a couple of wheel bags, and the nice thing is, buy a good quality bike box, everything comes with it, all the packing material. So you've got wheel bags, you've got a block for the chain set there. Now I always actually, a little tip, when I put the bags in, I put my front wheel in first, and then I also put the rear wheel in so that the hub is facing away, and you've got the cassette facing outwards. So it's just a personal thing, and I just think with the cassette facing outwards, it's going to do less damage on the outside of the box than being tucked into an internal part of the frame somewhere. So I put my front wheel in first, remembering again, seat post and saddle slots in quite a nice little position for it, and I put my front wheel in first. Tyres, remembering all the time on the mental tick list, running through. A bit of extra protection there on the derailleur hanger. My CO2, which I normally tuck inside a tyre so it doesn't clatter around inside the box. Water bottles and cages go in nicely. And then the wheel, my final wheel, just try and sit that on top. You can kind of feel where the spokes are and try and slot it between the spokes, those parts to protect the hub. A few last little pieces, and then something which is quite key to remember, you can get mini pumps and sort of hand pumps, but I've actually managed to pack a lightweight plastic track pump as well, and I just slide that straight in at the end. I've got a nice little place for it normally, which just slots straight in, so it's not going to do any damage, but you know, it is, if you want to have the best possible ride and getting the right tyre pressure without stressing with a mini pump in a hotel makes a lot of sense. It's lightweight anyway, so it doesn't take up much space in the box or extra weight in the box. It's all nicely packed down. Just check that everything's contained, not going to be trapping anything in there. Got locks which are good to prevent just the bike case from snapping open, and I normally just run a piece of tape over as well, just to stop the locks actually being hit and opening up. Just run around that, and you're good to go. You're all packed. Don't forget your tool.